Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Friday, April the 10th, 5 o'clock. We're a little early. I think normally I start at like quarter after, but we're making two trips today. So it's two deliveries, but I have to do them as separate trips because the donuts aren't going to be ready in time. I want to get Lenny's out of the way. So we're going to head down to Lenny's, make that delivery, and then come back for the donuts and head over to What a Day. So that's the plans for the day. Let's get this thing rolling here. Let's get out there and pursue some happiness. Lights on, reverse, here we go. I don't know why I look at my rearview mirror in this van, because you can't see anything in the rearview mirror. All right, here we go. Lenny's. Lenny's has a pretty normal delivery today. What a Day, I don't know how many donuts What a Day has today, but they must have enough. Here we go. We are on our way. 44 degrees, doesn't feel too bad. I think we're going up to 80 today. 70s, at least the 70s. Might be close to 80. I have to cut the grass this afternoon. I should have done it yesterday. I know. But I didn't. All right, I think I'm back now. I think. It looks like I'm back. Let me check my phone.
King C says back.
I'm back. Okay. Thank you, Mookie. I don't know what that was. Wasn't my connection. Whoops. I'm sitting over here with my high beams on. All right, I'm gonna let this traffic go. What the heck was that? I don't understand. Anyway, I'm thinking about getting another phone. I think that might have been the deciding point right there. I mean, like, all I did was pull out of the parking lot, and all of a sudden I'm not connected. What's up with that? So I restarted the phone and it's working. All right, I got one more car after this one, and then we're gonna go. Here we go. Wait a minute. One more car. I could have gone. Here we go. Whoa! Rumble strips. Good morning. Well, I don't know when it started buffering, so I'll start over again. Good morning. Let's get out there, pursue some happiness. It is 5:05. I'm a little early. We have two deliveries today, but I need to make two trips because the donuts for What a Day were not ready. So I'm going to drop off Lenny's delivery and then head back to the bakery to pick up the donuts and head down to or over to What a Day. So that's where we are. Two deliveries, two trips. And I had to stop and get gas today. So if I can remember to pick up a cookie, I still haven't successfully purchased gas and been able to visit with my favorite gas station attendant for weeks. It's been weeks. So hopefully she'll be there. Hopefully I'll remember to pick up a cookie. I don't even know what kind of cookie. I guess I'll just have to get a regular old cookie.
King C says, I suggest that your next phone should not be a rotary phone. Those are not good for streaming.
No, they're really not. I thought I was getting a really good phone. I got this OnePlus. It's got the battery life of a small city. So I was very happy about that. But I don't know. I was blaming it on YouTube, but I'm not blaming. This morning, whatever happened had to be the phone. Because everything else is fine. So I don't know what that is. I mean, it is a nice phone, but for some, and all I'm doing, the only thing that's happening on that phone is the live streaming. I'm not trying to do a lot of stuff. You know, I don't have the audio, I don't have anything else running on it, so I don't know. I have to do a video about my setup. I keep thinking about that. I need a day when I can kind of like use the van in the afternoon to just sort of like show how I put this together. Maybe I should make sure, maybe I should get it working properly first and then do that. It's probably a good idea. So how are you doing, Mookie? What have you been up to? Anything exciting happening? We're in that time of year where it's like cold, a little chilly in the morning, but it's warming up a lot.
King C says gas station attendant withdrawal symptoms are serious.
I know they are. They are. I mean, I haven't started having dreams about her, but that could happen. That could happen soon. I gotta remember the cookie. I'll let this guy. No, he doesn't want to go by, huh? Okay. Had your chance. 407. Our gas prices are going down a little bit today. Up and down 10, 15 cents. We're still above 4, but we were like...
He says all is well. Mostly been finishing up with getting the lawnmower and weed whacker ready to go.
Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to say that earlier too. I probably was buffering when I said that, but I got to get out and do the yard. About half the neighbors have done it now, so I'm starting to get that. I've got to get out there and do it. My front yard grows a little slower than my backyard, so it doesn't, my front yard doesn't really look like it needs it quite yet, but it's getting close. Got to even it out. I have an electric. I went electric I went electric a couple years ago. So I don't have the whole oil change and stuff. I just have to, I sharpened the blade last year. I think I ended the year with a new cord on the weed whacker. How much do you?
C says, do you have a riding lawnmower, or will a trim mower do the job?
No, I have a walker. I have a walker. No, but yeah, I have it. Now it is the kind where it's a Toro. So I have it's amazing. I like it because it has like this, what do they call it? It has a name for their self-propelled setup, but like the the harder you push on the handle, the faster it goes. Which sounds weird, like it would be hard to think, but it's not. It's very, very natural feeling. So like if you push harder, you know, as you go faster, it'll go to the speed that you want without you even really thinking about it. But I have, it's a 1/4 acre total, so I just walk it. I do have some neighbors that ride it. And everybody who has like a service, that's the crazy thing. The people that pay a service to come and cut the grass, they have riding mowers and stuff. Or they have the ones where like you stand behind it. You know what the kind I mean? Like they're standing there holding these handles and they just kind of guide themselves over the yard. I see a lot of them.
New York Gal says, good morning, Craig and chat.
Hey, New York Gal. How are you? Happy Friday. How much land do you have to cut, Mookie?
At Mooking C says good morning. At Nigel 333. At Mooking C says 2 acres.
2 acres. Okay, so you ride, I assume. I would think if I had 2 acres, I would want to ride.
King C says ride, trim a little and weed whack.
Yeah. That's a good amount of land. That's a good ride. How long does it take you to cut the yard? And do you do it like in just one shot? Like one time a week kind of thing? I like cutting the grass. What have you been up to, New York girl? Everything good up there? Is it starting to warm up? I saw our forecast, like in the next 10 days, I think we have a day or two where it's going to hit 90 sometime next week. Like that seems a little warmer than usual.
King C says I have it down to a good system, and if I stay on top of it and the weather cooperates, I can get it all done in 3 to 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours. That's not too bad. So that's an afternoon. I kind of split mine. I used to cut it all. It takes me probably an hour and a half to walk it. That's trimming and everything. An hour and a half, 2 hours if I'm kind of just not really, if I'm goofing off in between. But ever since I had the electric, I've kind of started splitting it up. So I cut the front yard one day and the backyard the next. And each one takes me like 45 minutes to an hour total. That's like getting the lawnmower out, doing the weed whacking, and all that kind of stuff. But I broke it up because the battery will last me for the whole yard if it's not, if it's just a standard cut, if it's not too high. And if I do it pretty, if I just stay on it, then I don't really, I don't dilly-dally. Otherwise, the battery lasts me. Sometimes I'll cut the front yard and then do a little bit in the back and then charge up the battery. The battery lasts a little over an hour. Maybe an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. I didn't think I was going to like having an electric mower, but I do.
Team C says, how long does it take for a battery charge?
I think it charges in, I think it's like a few hours. And they're different, you can get different size batteries. You can buy another battery. Actually, the batteries are almost, well, I don't want to say they're almost as expensive as the lawnmower, but they're a considerable piece of the price. I think a battery is like half the price of a lawnmower. So I haven't purchased a backup battery. But yeah, I think it's like 3 or 4 hours, something like that. Maybe a little bit longer.
Janet says, good morning, my friends.
Janet, good morning. Happy Friday. Has What A Day ordered any bones? So I noticed they were pretty light on Wednesday. I think they only had like 2.
Janet says, no, they haven't. But we delivered some to Gourmet Girls yesterday.
Oh, okay. Maybe they had some.
King C says, is it a system where the same battery type can go into different tools?
Yes. Yeah, it is. Which is pretty nice. So that, I was thinking about that one. I have a smaller battery because my weed whacker is also Toro.
King C says, good morning, at Gideonet.
So I can use the little battery, the smaller battery that goes on the weed whacker. I can put that in the lawnmower if I need like an extra 15 minutes. So sometimes that's enough for me to finish the backyard.
Gideonet says, hi at Mookie.
But that is pretty nice. And I think you can buy something. I think you can buy something that will let you use that battery to, like, you could use it in an emergency to charge your phone. I don't have it, but there is a device you can put that battery in that will then power, an outlet to charge your phone and that kind of thing. I was thinking about getting that because I think that would be helpful. Look at this. It's a lot of traffic for a Friday morning. What are these people doing? Janet, have you cut your grass yet? Or had it cut yet? Bob probably did it. I heard Bob talking about cutting the grass last week. I need to get out there today.
Pianette says if you ever need lawn care ideas, talk to Bob. He cuts my lawn and my walk property.
Oh, so he is the only one doing it now? Bob is a beast. He can work for like 10 hours in the bakery and then go and...
Pianette says I will ask my lawn guy to start doing it next week.
Ah, gotcha.
Pianette says I don't know where he gets the energy.
I know. Like he'll do 10 hours in the bakery and then 5 hours cutting grass somewhere.
Team C says or you can cover your entire lawn on Christmas decorations and never put them away.
Well, that's true. That's one way. If your yard is covered with plastic, the grass doesn't grow very well.
Pianette says because he cuts our neighborhood grounds too.
Yeah, that's right.
At Gigianet says lol at Mookie.
Guy's got to come over in front of me. Watch this. I didn't do it. Didn't do it. I'm
Pianette
shocked.
says I drove past their property yesterday and there has been some movement on the decorations.
Yeah, the choir people were down. The last time we went by on Wednesday, all the people in the choir. Now, I think there were like 2 or 3 choir people still there, but majority of them had left. Snoopy was still there, but he's got his back to the road now. I don't know what that's about. A lot of traffic for a Friday morning, I gotta say. Where are these people going?
Pianette says I love how he just tosses them to the ground. Just a bunch of choir people lying on the ground.
Yes, there are. They're on the side of the yard, the side of the house, all that.
Team C says probably the tenors were left. Those are the heaviest choir members.
Could be. They were.
Pianette says ha ha ha.
So I have a new project I'm trying to figure out now. I want to get all of my old videotapes, most of which are on those little mini tapes that you put in those camcorders that fit in your hand. I think they're just called mini DVD. No, mini something. Little tiny tapes, like half the size of a cassette tape, sort of. I want to get them digitized, but I want to do it myself, and I can't figure out a way to connect the little camera to the computer so that I can record them into like an MP4 kind of thing. I was trying to figure that out yesterday. So I was watching old films yesterday, a couple of them. I don't want to pay one of those services because I've got a million tapes, and I don't want to ship them off somewhere and have somebody else do it. I'm not going to do that. But just wait. Once I get some of those things digitized. I was looking at a film I took at a NASCAR race, and it was still Winston Cup. Way back when.
Kinsey says I have a short drive to work, but I go across a bridge that has 4 lanes, but 3 lanes are closed for bridge repairs. 1 lane only is open. It's a traffic nightmare.
That's crazy. How long has it been like that? Is that like...
Pianette says it's too early for a traffic nightmare.
I agree. This is the time
Kinsey says
of traffic
it just started.
dreams. Oh, it just started. Well, hopefully they'll get that fixed quickly. Although if it's like those bridges up in Eldersburg, they'll be working on for the next 20 to 30 years.
Kinsey says is it a HI8 tape?
It is it's a, I think it's called like a mini DV. It's not, I wish I knew the exact name of it. I think it's mini DV, mini DVI, mini DV something. This was
Kinsey
like
says high 8.
high 8. It might be high 8. I don't know though. Is that like, I mean, it looks like a little mini cassette tape. A little, that's what it kind of looks like. I'll have to look it up. Oh, we got somebody's going to work today. Nice. Oh, I think that's my guy, isn't it? Is that guy? The deli guy? I think it is. We're gonna find out because he's getting out right now. He's about to emerge. Oh look, I don't turn the van off. All right, let's see what he looks like first, and then I'm gonna get out. That's him. All right, here we go. I'll go in with him. Turn you guys around.
Pianette says tell him his lights are on.
No,
Ha.
they go out automatically. I think I've said that to him before once.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
We got somebody in there. It's Friday morning. They should give you a key, don't you think?
Me? No, I'm not a manager or anything.
Oh, you got to be a manager
No.
to get a key?
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
You may not trust me, but
Yeah, you never know. You might come in here if you're hungry.
I don't eat this food.
No, you don't?
Nope.
No.
I eat. The only thing I do is turkey.
I like
The only
turkey.
thing I touch. I'm
I like-
allergic to anything from a cow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't eat a lot of milk or anything.
Nope.
I don't eat a lot of beef, but I do eat a lot of dairy stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I should probably do a commercial for Chick-fil-A. Sounds like a walking billboard for Chick-fil-A right there. All right. Cookies. Danish. Yeah. All right, load it up. Boom.
Good. Go ahead.
Here we go. Thank you. All right, have a good day and a good weekend. Ding. All right. Here we go. Now we got to go back to the bakery.
Pianette says, haha.
Pick up the donuts. What are you guys talking about? Hold on. So we're heading back to the bakery now to get the donuts for what a day.
Listener 207 says, is it called a micro cassette? Good morning, Craig. At Gigianet, at Mookie.
Janet doesn't like turkey. That's very, you really shouldn't put people in a group like that. Turkeys. Are people from Turkey called turkeys?
King C says, if it is a high H tape or mini DV or DVC tape, the best way is to get a cheap, used, camcorder that has a USB or FireWire out signal that can plug directly into a computer.
See, I tried that. I think it's the mini DV. That sounds right to me. I tried that.
King C says, good morning, at Susaner 207.
And there's something weird
Pianette
about
says, hi at Suzanne.
Suzanne's in the van. Suzanne is in the van. Yeah, I might try that again. I think I have a cable that was supposed to work, but it wouldn't work. I have an old computer though too, like a really old one that I really should have gotten rid of by now. But I might try firing that up to see if it works, because I think it's something to do with the newer Windows doesn't allow it to run. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But just wait, man. Once I get some of that stuff digitized, I'll be putting stuff on YouTube. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what I have anymore. Like yesterday, some NASCAR races. Took a trip to Kings Island Amusement Park, Cedar Point.
Pianette says, am I on any of those tapes?
Yes.
Haha.
Yes, you are. You were.
Pianette says, oh, I should be on Cedar Point tape.
You are. You are. You definitely are. I mean, I think it was 2002. Somewhere in that range. So it's probably coming up to 25, almost 25 years. All right, I don't want to be in this lane, but the guy is not going fast. That's the bumpy lane on the right.
Pianette says, I thought we did Cedar Point in the early 90s. At Mooking C says, some software like AVR Media will help detect the signal.
Okay, I'll look at that. It might be, yeah, that's probably part of my problem, is I don't have the right software to read it. But at least it still looks okay. You know how, like, those tapes, I think the smaller ones last longer, but the bigger I mean, way back when, you used to record right on a VHS tape. And those tapes, if you don't capture them and digitize them, they start to fade. I hadn't really noticed any fading in the other ones. That truck is from Indiana. Indiana ones. Lord, I can't go back there. Is that Indiana? Does anybody know the song I'm talking about? Is it Indiana? Indiana? I think it is. To pass this truck. This is not going to work out for me.
Kim C says my parents had a Betamax machine that took up a small bedroom.
Well, way back when, I used to have one of those VHS camcorders where you basically sat the thing on your shoulder. I mean, it looked like the size, the equipment, it looked like something a news crew would use today. Big bulky thing sitting on your shoulder. And the little, what would you call that? The view, where you look in to watch what you're filming. The viewfinder kind of came out the side of it. And so you'd have that up to your eye. It was crazy. So I hear that we go through another period now where you might have some deer on the road running around because the babies are starting to grow up. Like all the babies that they're having now. This is what I heard in the bakery this morning. This is news from the bakery. News from the bakery, everybody.
Kim C says inconspicuous Craig.
There's a that rattle. There's the 70-mile-an-hour rattle. Right there. Right there, right there. We got to go faster. Shut it up. See, it stops at 75.
Vivianette says really? Here again. I just started to relax while driving.
Relax. Hear that? That is right. It's so crazy. That happens right between 68 and 72 miles per hour. It really pretty much happens right at the 70-mile-an-hour rate. Now, you might say to yourself, well, Craig, why are you going 70 miles an hour? The speed limit's 60. And I would say, let's talk about something else. This truck that we're running behind is really, I think that's just a trash truck. Woo! That car fly by. That's just a garbage truck. Oh no, it says contains nuclear waste. Please do not drive behind this truck. Okay. No, I'm kidding everybody. I'm kidding. It doesn't have nuclear waste.
says I'm not sure I have heard it rattle this much before.
Well, true. It's a little louder. See, it's under control right now because we're staying around 65 miles an hour. I think the trays, there we go, see? I think they're okay now for a little bit.
King C says New England states are known for hauling nuclear waste in unguarded garbage trucks, I hear.
Well, there was one of them. They put the flashy lights on them though, just to cover the liability. Why is this guy going to make a left-hand turn from here? It's not the right lane for left-hand turn. Should be over one. Let's see what's happening here. Are we really going to try to make a left? Because if so, it's going to hold me up. You know what I'm saying? Unless we get an arrow, which we're not going to get because he's not in the right lane. They got an arrow. Oh, it stopped. They have an arrow, but nobody was turning left. There's something wrong with their little weight reader. So Janet, tell us about the egg roll. What were you doing? Like, I know you were doing the ring toss. But like, were you actually interacting with the kids and doing all that kind of stuff? Gathering the tossed rings and handing them out again? Like, that's what I picture in my head. Song.
Net says the egg roll was great. I had to hand the rings to the kids and then pick up the rings.
Okay.
Toyo 1973 says good morning everyone. Mookie Gigi Chris, time to start. At Mookie C says you do have a yellow glow about yourself, but I just thought that was the jaundice. At Gigionet says my back was killing me after 6 hours.
I guess so. You were constantly bending over. Hey Toya. You were constantly bending over to pick up rings and hand them to the kids? That's funny. How was the subway ride?
Gigionet says yes. They did serve us breakfast. At Mooking C says good morning. At Toyo 1973. At Gigionet says and can you guess what they served us?
Well, you told me what they served you, so I know. Anybody else want to guess what they serve for breakfast at the White House egg roll? Yeah, the White House Easter egg roll.
Says how long were you on the grounds? At Gigionet. King C says egg sandwiches.
Well,
At Gigionet says I was on the lawn in front of the White House for about 6 hours.
Wow. That's a long day. It probably is a good thing you didn't try to do the whole day. If people do the whole day...
Annette says yes, at Mookie they served as McDonald's.
So it was an egg sandwich. It was an egg McMuffin. So he's sort of right. If people were there, if people volunteered for the whole day, which, believe it or not, I think goes until like 7 p.m., right? If you were there for the whole day, would you be on the same event for the whole day? Like, would you have moved to another, game or something like that?
Annette says they had about 30,000 people go through all day long.
That's a lot.
Annette says yes, same event, but you got breaks.
That's pretty cool.
Annette says they served Chick-fil-A for lunch. At Mukim C says, was there any trouble with the kids? Did you have to penalize a kid by taking away a ring or two?
Is there any kids fighting over the rings? Do you have anybody that threw a ring like so far it went into another game area?
Annette says they told us during training not to be argumentative, but sometimes you have to come down hard of these kids. Haha.
30,000 people is a lot of people.
Mukim C says, would you volunteer again, or was it a thing where experiencing it once was enough? At Gigianet says yes, some of the kids had no idea how to throw a ring. It was pretty funny to watch. I only got hit twice with a ring. Annette says I will definitely volunteer again. It was fun.
Yeah, I want to try to do it next year.
Annette says, and surprisingly on my team, I was the only one who was local. Everyone else was from out of state.
Really? Wow. So do they, I guess they come into town and just get in hotels and stuff? Wow.
Annette says yes, that surprised me too. Yes, they all stayed locally at hotels.
Wow, that's a lot of people. Because I think the math was right, they had like 500 or 600 people right? 500 or 600
Team
volunteers.
C says given how much Trump loves lavish things, it makes sense that the gift eggs were golden. At Gigionet says I guess that's why the training is only a couple days prior.
Oh, true. True. Because they're already in town. It's pretty neat. Do you think there are people that do like year after year after year? Like, did you have people that were like, hey, this is my 10th year?
Gigionet says haha, they had 4 different colored eggs but the volunteers got the golden eggs.
Goose that laid the golden egg.
Gigionet says yes they tend to use the same volunteers each year since they have already been vetted.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I mean, it is kind of amazing that...
Gigionet says and you have to do 5 volunteer events before you can be a team captain.
Now, is that any kind of event? Like if you did another holiday or something, that would count toward the 5? Yeah, this truck wants to pass me. He's been trying all along. There we go.
Gigionet says correct.
Huh.
Gigionet says I want to see if I can volunteer at the Christmas event.
Yeah, if the Christmas event posts, I want to try to get into that one too.
Gigionet says that would be fun to do together.
It would be fun.
Gigionet says they will probably have something for the 250th celebration too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. They're doing a few things this year, I think, right? They got that, aren't they doing a UFC fight? I don't know where that is, but I thought that was going to be on the property somewhere.
Gigionet says oh I forgot about that. Won't there be a Grand Prix race too? At Hala 6448 says good morning Craig and everyone.
Hey Hala, good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday morning. Yeah, there is a race in August.
Gigionet says hi there at Hala.
The race is going to be all over the city, so I don't know if that's That's not so, I don't think that's a White House thing. I think that's all over the city.
Team C says hello there. At Paula 6448.
Yeah, speaking of hobnobbing with the politically powerful people, Hollis got a video out there of the governor of New York. He was within feet. You know, I didn't realize she looked shorter than I imagined her to be. Is that true, or did she just have incredibly tall people standing around her? Like, that was the one thing I noticed in that video, is that she looked shorter than I imagined her to be.
Says, oh, I'll have to check that video out.
Did you know she was going to show up at that event? Or was that a surprise?
Team C says, I will need to check that out, Paula.
He's hot. I'm going to have to go down and hang out in Annapolis.
6448 says hello at Gideonet at Mookie.
I got to go down and hang out at in Annapolis, see if I can get a shot of Westmore. A video. Probably should. I have to clarify my language.
6448 says no, I had no idea. Yes, she is short.
Yes. Okay, well then that surprised me. Like, she doesn't look like that when you see her in news clips. All right, what am I doing? All right, so we're here to pick up the donuts for what a day. I'm gonna just leave the van running because I think they're probably done. Good morning. Thank you, thank you. Hey, there they are.
There they are. You're ready. Locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded. The donuts are prepared. Trays back here. I got trays. How was your week?
Oh, it was good.
Good? All good?
Have a good Easter.
I did. Very quiet.
That's nice.
Yeah, I needed that. Restful. Well, since Easter. All right. I know. I still have my mic on, I know. You guys are probably thinking, oh my God, does he know? Does he know? I do. All right, let me do this. Let me just write this up real quick. What a day cafe. Let's see. How many donuts do we have today? Oh, wait a minute. I started this already. There we go. We have 104 donuts. 104. Let's check the math here. 6, 12 plus 18 plus 18.
There's some pulled pork bread and I'm making some s'mores. We're trying to make the s'mores bread.
104. Always check the math before we finalize the number. You know what I'm saying? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18,
I'm not a big fan of chocolate.
5, 6 cinnamon buns. 4 cream. So we got 104. 18 mini dinch. Cinnamon buns. Oh, I need a cookie. I gotta remember that cookie. Cookie, because we're getting gas today. We're getting gas. What a day! Boom. S'mores bread. All right, I will be right back in. Donuts. Load them up. And 4. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take a cookie. I'm gonna get gas.
Okay.
Do we have any one cookies anywhere? We just have,
Oh, the single ones I have.
we don't, that's okay.
I have the little half packs. You know, like the 10. You want like the sugars?
Just want a small little, ooh.
You want like this pack?
Or I could just do this.
Oh yeah, the single. Sorry.
There you go. I'll just grab one of these. All right, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Should I do the colorful one? I'm gonna do the colorful one. All right. Why? She won't be there today, but here we go. We got a cookie. Look. Cookie! All right. Off to what a day. Can you all still hear? Can you hear me? I don't know if my mic is working. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out here. Hold on.
King C says at Gigionet has the president, at Hala 6448 has the governor, and Craig has some strange dude that he sometimes hands a box of donuts to.
But he's got a lot of power though, okay? Can you guys hear me? Hold on. I feel like I touched my mic and I might have turned it off. Not off, but like muted it. Let's see. Me. All right, so you can't hear me. All right, so you can't hear me.
King C says your mic is working fine.
All right, so you can't hear me.
King C.
All right, cool. All right, excellent. All right, so there's our cookie. Did you all see that? Let's go. Oh, I should take the price off. Whenever you give someone a gift, you should take the price off. That's a rule. God. Oh my goodness. This is
Plus 6448 says, but Craig will get the real VIP today, the gas station lady.
There you go. I can't. Oh no. This was a bad idea. I don't want to give her a cookie with a price tag on it. I can't get this price tag off. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Sorta. Here it comes. I don't want to tear the, Oh! Shoot. All right. You know what? Well, this cookie. It's all right, Craig. There's like a tiny little hole in the plastic now where the. Here we go. Oh, good. He's letting me out. Thank you. All right.
Plus 6448
Here we go.
says cross it off with a Sharpie.
Well, yes. I think I would have done that if I had been thinking. That's a very good idea. But I thought the sticker was coming off. It looked like it was, but it grabbed like a little tiny piece of the plastic underneath of it. It's all right. It'll be okay. Maybe I'll just fess up to it. If she's there, we'll see what happens. All right, so this is our second journey of the day. Now going to what a day. We should be there. I like to get there before 7. So we're looking good for that. like on a normal day, if I have the donuts in the van.
Kinsey says tell her that her eyes reminds you of the colorful candies in the cookie, but quickly add that you don't want to eat her eyes or anything. At Hollis6448 says everything will be just fine.
I don't want to eat her eyes. I don't want to eat your eyes. I don't think I've ever said that to anybody. It feels weird. So have you guys noticed, I'm starting a new thing now. I'm going to try to be consistent with this, where like I pull a little clip out of my ride. So I'm going to try to find like a little 1-2 minute, oh look, all the cows are laying down. I'm going to try to find like a 1 or 2 minute clip. Maybe it might be longer sometimes, but and then I'm going to make a short out of it, or maybe a short video, but most of the time I think they're going to be shorts. And then I'm going to post them. But I can't do it until really that night or the next day, because I have to wait until it's processed. But I think I'm going to start trying to do that.
Kinsey says I have enjoyed the shorts.
Yeah, I kind of like making them. And I've got this new tool now that makes it much easier for me to just do that, right? Like it automatically creates the text so that you can like read what people are saying along with hearing it. I kind of like this tool that I got. So I'm going to use that and see if I can't just make a small clip. Because we do have some interesting stuff happen. The one with the car that went through the light, like a lot of people watch that.
Sean White says morning.
Hey Sean, good morning. Happy Friday. Are you out already? Are you on the road?
Hollis6448 says yes, I like your shorts also, but I don't want to them or anything. At Sean White says no, just waking up still in bed. At Hollis6448 says good morning Sean.
Still in bed. That sounds nice.
Sean White says holla checking out another mom's shorts. I thought my shorts were type LMAO.
Holla's getting in everybody's shorts. Holla, I don't think you need a gimbal. When I was watching that, I hadn't really thought about it before, but when I was watching your walk through the trail the other day, you pretty much, a gimbal doesn't stop that little up and down action.
Sean White says at least we are doing sports.
Sport.
Hollis6448 says yes, I do like shorts.
Shorts are good. Shorts are good. Shorts get out there. Like a lot of people see shorts. I think shorts give you more exposure. in more ways than one, actually, if you think about it. That sentence is true in more than one way. Oh, look, we're going to go buy the house now. We'll go buy the house 2 times today. I don't think it's going to change between our passes. I do have a car behind me though, so I can't go too slow.
+6448 says I got the majority of subs through my shorts.
Yeah, I think that is what happens. That's true. I noticed they creep up. Ooh, yeah, it's getting more. It's like a pile of choir people on the left-hand side there. You're right, Janet. Whoa, 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 whoa. Branch in the road. Branch in the road. So easy to go down a rabbit hole with shorts though. I don't mean making them, I mean watching them. I mean sometimes you get to a point you're like 15, 20 minutes into it and you're like, what in the world am I watching? And does everybody see the shorts that are like, or maybe this is just something creators are seeing, which would include several people on here, but do you see the shorts that are like, use this sound and you're going to get 10,000 subscribers, or use this, use my sound, or the ones where it's...
6448 says I used to hate them, but they are addictive.
They are addictive. But there are some really, really kind of just like total waste of your time. Of course, here I'm talking and I'm starting to make this type of material, but some of them are just so, like the ones where it's the same voice, do you all see them? It's like different people are using the same audio. So they're just lip syncing to it. And it's like, I woke up this morning, I had 500 views, 12 likes. Does everybody see that one? Do you know the one I'm talking about? You either know what I'm talking about or you don't. But I see it every day. Somebody new is doing it. It's kind of crazy. But some are really cool. Some are very cool.
AI voice. I click away.
Yeah, I do that too. But you know what I thought about? Like yesterday when I put my last, oops, I'm not turning.
Plus 6448 says yes. I know that one, and the ones that tell you to use a certain song.
Yeah. I agree with the AI voice, but then I thought about something. Yesterday, I put my video out, and that's actually, it's going to sound like an AI voice. Well, because it is. I mean, it is an AI voice, but it's being just read by an AI voice. Which could explain why I don't have so many views on that one. Because I think people are turned off by the AI stuff. Oh yeah. $3.99 at Wise.
King C says Rosie is not an AI voice. She is family.
She is, but yeah. She gets a lot of hate though. I like her.
Plus 6448 says maybe we shouldn't talk about AI voices in front of Rosie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All of a sudden my text-to-speech stops working. But it's not really AI content. It's viewer content is what it is.
Plus 6448 says Mookie, we were thinking along the same lines. King C says great minds think alike. At Hala 6448.
I want to get down to the Inner Harbor in Baltimore soon because they're going to start tearing that down later this year, and I want to get some pictures of it before they take it down. I really kind of regret. I was watching one of John's walks through a mall. It actually reminded me, it looks a lot like the mall that I went through in Westminster. It's about the same level of emptiness. But I really wish I had done that.
6448 says sometimes the AI voice is perfect for the short. I used it for 2 full moons in a car short. At Mooking C says what are they replacing it with?
Oh really? They've got this whole, hopefully they have some pictures down there of what's coming. But they've got this whole plan to build like another, I think it would be an attraction for tourists, but it's also, so it's shops and things like that. But I think it might be more than that too. It might be some, I don't know if there's going to be housing or not. I've seen very few details on it, but I think there's some. pictures, future pictures of what they want to build. Yeah, but they want to tear it down. I mean, the inner harbor that's down there now was built in the early 80s. I think it opened up in the 80s. And it was a huge deal, but it's really kind of turned into nothing now. So I hope they do it. But I wish there were a couple of malls that have closed down and have since been demolished and turned into other sort of open store. It's like an open mall where people are just walking around outside. It's not enclosed. So I just wish I had taken some video in the old malls before they got torn down. I don't.
6448 says I would love to see the inner harbor. At Angela.co5B says good morning Craig, did I miss everything?
Hey Angela. No, we're on our second trip. So today we had 2 deliveries, but the donuts for our second delivery weren't ready when I left, so we're making 2 separate trips. So I made 1 trip down to Lenny's, and now we're on the second trip over to What a Day to deliver their donuts and Danishes and cinnamon rolls.
Kim C says good morning, at Angela.co5B.
So we're on the second of 2 trips today. And I have to stop and get gas. And I have a cookie ready in case my lady is there today. It's a big cookie, look, it takes up the whole screen. Boogie. See, you can't even see.
Angela.co5B says good morning Mookie.
It was up in here somewhere. Is where the... Oop. Stop looking at your cookie. Nobody beeped at me. That was good. Why is that van still sitting at the red light? I mean, why the light turned green? Why is that van still sitting at the light? Well, because he's showing people his cookie.
Angela.co5B says what happened yesterday, missed you.
Thursday. Oh, I don't have any deliveries on Thursday. So Thursday is the one day of the week when I don't have, I don't do the run. So I was off yesterday.
King C says I think every time you mention What a Day, you should sing the jingle. At Hala6448 says the mall in Atlantic City that became a studio and event space filed for bankruptcy Chapter 11. I might have to do an update.
Oh, really? So...
Hala6448 says good morning Angela.
So the replacement for the mall, are you saying that's gone out of business now too? I kind of miss malls. I think malls were they were a really cool thing. I don't know why. The mall that John was talking about that's down in North Carolina though, the one that Hill something? I don't remember the name of it now. I think it's Hill something Mall. I was surprised to hear that opened in like the 60s. I think they said that mall opened in like 1969. I didn't realize there were malls that early.
Chilla.co5b says oh okay I kept looking for you. Do you just work inside the bakery on Thursday or are you completely off? At Hala6448 says yes, they started the process. At Mukim C says I would think that some of these malls could be made into data centers.
Well, they do that sometimes. And yeah, on Thursdays I'm completely off. So Monday.
Angela.co5b says good morning Hala. At Mukim C says North Hills Mall, probably.
North Hills. I don't know. It was a video that he mentioned like 2 days ago. He mentioned it in his live stream. So I went over to look at it and I watched it. I guess we had malls starting to pop up in the 70s. So maybe that's probably about right. I'd never thought of malls really before the 80s. But maybe that's because, I mean, there was one here, Security Square Mall. It was probably built in the 70s. But I just do the deliveries on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm off on Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I do the deliveries. And then I work in the bakery for a few hours on those 3 days.
Plus6448 says I like to see the abandoned malls but I think it's more interesting to see how they are being repurposed. At Angela.co5b says what time is it Craig in your Pennsylvania?
I'm in Maryland and it's 6:42. So it's about 6:45 right now. I mean, Pennsylvania and Maryland are both East Coast time. But yeah.
C says one of our local malls opened in 1972.
Yeah, I guess.
At Angela.co5b says oops.
That's all right. We're close. Pennsylvania, Maryland, close. I frequently refer to Pennsylvania because the bakery, if you're looking at the map, the bakery, we're 15 miles south of the line to Pennsylvania. It's a northwest suburb of Baltimore. Actually, the bakery is further out than the suburbs. It's a little rural. Yeah, once the malls start to kind of I guess fade away, they're kind of sad when you walk around in there. Like I did get some footage from that Westminster Town Center, I think is what they call it. But it wasn't as empty as I thought. It was more like the one that John walked around in, where there was still a decent amount of businesses open up in there, but they're kind of one-off things. It wasn't a lot of traditional mall. All the traditional mall stores are kind of, I guess most of them are gone. Like, is Spencer's Gifts still a thing? I guess I haven't been to a really active mall for a long time.
Plus6448 says Craig, have you been playing with your gimbal or just your cookie?
I've been playing with my gimbal a little bit, not too much recently. But I would definitely take that with me down to the Inner Harbor if I go to the Inner Harbor. Oh, look at this, look at this. We got a green light. Oh, you know what I noticed here? I noticed this when I was looking at the video the other day. There's an arrow in the parking lot.
594 says I like the food court in malls cause everyone can have what they want. At Mookin C says
Yeah,
Foot
that's
Locker,
true.
Spencer's Gifts, Aunt M's Pretzels and Sears and Kmart as anchor stores. At Hala 6448 says yes, it seemed to work good in DC.
Yeah, so stores like Foot Locker. Is Foot Locker still around? I guess it is, right? Are they in the malls that are still active? We've got a couple. I should go to an active mall. We've got Columbia Mall. It's still pretty good. And, oh, she opened the door. Columbia Mall's good.
Hala
And
6448 says I have noticed that arrow on the ground.
yeah, that looks like you're supposed. Hang on, let me get the tray thing. She's probably like wondering, why is it taking so long to get out of the van? All right, let me go grab that camera. All right, guys. This gives you a chance to get out and stretch your legs a little bit. Boom. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, see this white arrow? Like if you followed this white arrow, you would run into the sign.
448 says yes. Standalone stores.
Oh, they're standalone? Like Foot Locker and stuff? I haven't been to a Foot Locker in a long time, honestly. Boop. All that stuff, you know it. Oh, these are heavy. These cream filled, like seriously, that's a heavy tray right there. There's a lot of filling in those. And then there's the last 400. I'm not sure what the little marker on the paper meant. Got a lady at the drive-thru. Lady at the drive-thru. I'll let you guys watch the little drive-thru action. Yeah, they're Janet, if you're still listening, there are like I think there are 2 bags on the shelf. That's it. Guys, have a good day. You guys working the drive-thru? All right, let me grab you off of here. Boom. What's those birds? Do you hear that? Boom. He's on top of the thing. See him up there? You hear him? Loud little son of a gun. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, off to the gas station we go.
Team C says now I see why Craig uses creatine. Cream-filled donuts are heavy.
They are heavy. They are. I mean, that tray has to be, I don't know, 20 pounds, maybe? All right, it doesn't sound like so much when you say it out loud, but it was heavy. All right, off to get gas. What happened to the sun? Like, we've got clouds or fog or something going on here. It's going to be a sunny day, but we got to burn this fog off.
Paula6448 says I guess you can't put the cream filled on top. It would knock the cart over. At Angela.co5b says the last try was too low to see.
Nobody coming. Here comes the...
Paula6448 says here comes the sun.
It's coming. Yeah, but we are really foggy. Look, this is like foggy right now. It's right above us. We have very low cloud cover this morning. But once that burns off, man, we're going to be good to go. It's 44 degrees now. We're going to dang near 80. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun.
He says your opening line should not be, I hope you don't mind me poking a hole in the plastic on your cookie. I don't believe in using protection.
You're probably right. All right, so far, I know two things I shouldn't do. I shouldn't tell her that I want to eat her eyes, and I shouldn't tell her that I poked a hole in the plastic.
6448 says I try to look away after the first tray, otherwise, I crave donuts.
I know. It's not easy. It's not an easy job. Poked a hole in the I mean, what do you think? Should I not mention it? Okay, so let's say she's there.
+6448
I
says
fill up the
Snoopy.
gas. So let's say she's there. So I need advice. Should I just let it go and pretend like I don't even know that there's a hole in the plastic? I mean, it's very small. The size of the hole is like, I think it's probably smaller in total area than a penny. It's not a very big hole. Maybe the size of a dime. No, probably smaller than a dime. Okay, it's a very small hole. So, when I give her the cookie, do I just give her the cookie and say, here you go, enjoy it, blah, blah, blah? Or do I say, look, I brought you this cookie. Hey, on the way over, I peeled the price tag off because I didn't want you to know the price. So there's a little hole in the plastic.
Says a penny is pretty big.
I know. That's why I went to a dime. But what do you think? Do I mention it or do I just not even mention it? Is she gonna like see that there's a hole and think that's weird? Like, say somebody gave you a cookie, it's wrapped in plastic, but there's a tiny little hole in it above the, well, you saw it. Can you see it? You see where the hole is? I don't know if you can see it or not. There you go. See it? There, that's it. All right. It looks bigger on the camera. The camera makes it look bigger. I know normally I say the camera makes it look smaller, but in this case, I believe it's making it look bigger. I don't know why. I'm kind of afraid right now of what Mookie's going to say. But it's an open question. The open question is, do I mention it to her or do I just give her the cookie and let it go?
PNC says say that there was a few rejected cookies because there was hole poked into it, and he thought of her.
I don't think that sounds... Mookie, I don't...
6448 says the camera makes it look bigger like the governor. Just like the governor. No, the governor, well, the governor looks bigger on TV, but you were able to capture her real size. Oh look, I'm almost going 70 miles an hour. I gotta slow down. We got a car up here. We got a car up here with blinkers on. Something's going on. Something's going on. Get ready. Maybe if there's a person in distress, maybe I should give them the cookie. I don't know. What's going on there? All the tires look inflated. It's odd.
I think
Plus 6448 says you're in a hurry to get rid of the cookie.
I want to get it to her before it goes stale because it's not wrapped properly. No, cookies don't need to be... It's not like a piece of cake. This is a big cookie.
French Rivera 2582 says yo bro remember me.
Ah, yes, good morning. How are you? Whoa, what happened here? Gotta change his mind. We're on our way to get gas right now.
Rivera 2582 says any plans about Dubai?
No plans at the moment. I think I'm a little ways away from being able to make a trip like that.
Plus 6448 says I am not sure what I would think if somebody who I didn't know gave me a damaged wrapped cookie.
Well, I've given her a cookie before, so we have a history. I gave her a cookie once before. So I think what I'm going to do, I think if she's there, I'm going to give her the cookie, and I'm just going to say, hey, on the way over, you know, I wanted to give you this cookie, but on the way over, I noticed the price tag was still on it.
C says don't tell her that before you give someone a cookie you like to lick it to make sure it tastes just right. Plus 6448 says oh, then it will be fine, just tell her.
I think I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her. I feel like all I have to do is smell it. I just wanted to smell it to make sure it was good.
Plus 6448 says Mookie.
Oh, there's a deer on the side of the road there. Purple trees, that's kind of cool.
Trivera 2582 says listen, don't worry about the cost of the tour in Dubai. We Emiratis are more happy to give you a 5-star tour guide with everything included, and you just need to pay the plane ticket and the visa.
That is very nice. That's super nice.
Plus 6448 says I think she will appreciate the honesty. We can't all have perfect cookies.
Yeah, no, I think that is what I'm going to do. So if she's there, I'm going to let her know that I took the price tag off because I don't like to give people stuff with the price tags on it. And it tore the plastic. And I don't think I spit on it. No, I'm not going to say that. I can't. Yeah, next time I'm going to use a magic marker. Maybe she won't even be there. And if she's not there, then we're worried about all this for nothing. I just have a cookie that I have to eat later. Or
Trivera2582 says the profile pic is of my son.
well, that's cool. No, it sounds like a really cool trip. I mean, I really someday would love to be able to do that, but I just don't have it.
King C says I believe you should be dishonest and say you were bringing her the cookies and were almost robbed, but the cookie deflected a flying bullet and was slightly damaged.
The cookie. Yeah, so this cookie is basically a victim. The cookie was a victim. I could say I held the cookie up and it deflected the bullet. So really the cookie saved my life.
+6448 says the cookie can be used as a shield.
That's how powerful cookies are.
+6448 says that would mean they are stale.
Correct. That's correct. Which is not the case because it's been properly wrapped in plastic until about 20 minutes ago. Ooh, there's a van in my spot.
At Brent Trivera2582 says bro you gotta pay around $600 for her wife and you for flight tickets.
There's a van in my parking spot. I don't like that. Let's see what we're gonna do.
Three or four stories.
All right. So all of the, oh no, that one's still open. All right, let's try this. Oh, it says I'm live. Are you guys back? Are you back? I don't know if I'm back or not. Oh, we are back. Okay. Getting the gas. We're paying, let's see, $378? Yeah, I'm paying $378. Made it. We're at BJ's. I can hear you guys. I'm holding the nozzle because I don't want it to accidentally come out of the... I have to stretch the hose. This always sounds weird when I say it, but I have to stretch the hose to get it to the thing. I can't see if she's over there. So after I get done pumping the gas, I'm going to see if it's her in there. I can't tell right now. because the van is in the way. And I can't let go of it right now. So I'm paying $378. That's not bad. This was $378, and most of the places around are over $4. I think it's. I gotta look at the sign. I can't see the sign from where I am right now. This is a crowded gas station right now. This is also taking to fill up. This is crazy.
Says I think he just wants the cookies for himself for his friends in his imagination.
I hear you. All right. Wow. So we got $50 worth of gas today. 50. All right, that is. She's in there. I'm gonna go do it. Can you guys see her? All right, I'm taking my cookie over.
He says lol.
Hang on, guys. All right, there we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you serious? Did you really buffer when I went over there? That's not even funny.
6448 says right Mookie. If he comes back with crumbs on his face, we will know the real deal.
Are you serious? Did you see me even walk over there? How much did you? I came back to the van and you were buffering.
He says this is a scam.
A scam. I'm so upset right now. What? How much did you see? Anything? See me walk over to the booth or anything? What is going on? Very sad.
Team C says about 5 steps to the booth.
All right, so you saw me at least walking.
At Angela.co5b said we missed the whole thing.
I'm so upset about that. I am. I walked over there. I gave her the cookie. I told you didn't even hear me like talk to her or anything. I told her about the hole.
Team C says what happened.
So I walked over and she opened the door. Like at first, I think she was gonna like push the drawer out, like she thought I was gonna give her a credit card or something. But then she saw the cookie.
At Hollis6448 says yes. You skipped over there like a kid about to have a big cookie, then buffering.
So she opened the door and I gave her the cookie, and then I was like, hey, look, I just want to tell you, on the way over, I took the sticker off that had the price on it. So, you know, I didn't want to give you a cookie with the price on it. She's like, all right, I'm going to have this cookie with my coffee. And then I came back to the van and you guys were buffering. Why would that happen? I didn't move the van. That spot is, I'm like right on the edge. very upset about that. But I did give her the cookie. She's all right about the hole. She was very okay about the hole. Oh, God. So, next time, you know, I get gas every week, so there'll be another. That was bad. The buffering is bad.
6448 says maybe next time give her a cannoli or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good idea. I gotta switch it up. I gotta go from cookies to something. You know, especially now that I know she drinks coffee. I'll take her like something she can eat with her coffee. So we can move our relationship beyond cookies.
Angela.-co5b says do it again so we can see and hear.
I will. I mean, not today, but I will. I guess what I would do, here's what I'm going to do. If the next time...
C says, I'm going to have this cookie with my coffee. Sounds like she plans to toss the damaged cookie in the trash, or it was some sort of complicated pickup line.
No, I'm going to, the next time we do this, I'm going to, you know, we'll fill up the van. I'm going to be in my right spot. I want to be in that spot over toward to the right. So I'm going to be in the prime spot. I'll give her the cookie. I mean, I'll fill up the van. I'll pump the gas first. And then I'll move the van to make sure that I'm still connected. So you'll be parked like right in front of the booth.
6448 says, or bring her a coffee.
Or bring, oh, Hala. Hala's thinking coffee and a donut. Or coffee and a little thing, something. You know what I mean? Some kind of like little cake or something. Yeah. I wonder if she does cream and sugar.
6448 says maybe you don't have to get gas to stop in. It depends on what you're looking for.
Well, I'm not looking for anything that serious. I mean, Hala's giving me serious advice. This is more of a casual customer attendant relationship. All right, I do have a car behind us. Whoops. Pretty far back, so let's just do a quick shot. Here we go. So you can see they're making progress. They are making progress, but it's not.
6448 says you should have moved the van. You were so pissed off when someone blocked the pump.
That's true. That's true. I was taking up a pump. Well, that time I was upset because they were on my spot. I mean, my prime spot is the very far right-hand side. We didn't have a choice today, though, either. Yeah, the fog is burning off. You can see it's kind of getting lighter. I can see the sun. You know how you're not supposed to stare at the sun? What if you're looking at it through clouds and you can see it? Is that dangerous?
Team C says, does anyone else hear a crackling sound?
Do you hear a crackling sound? Like a fireplace? Maybe it's the song that I have on the radio. Might be that or the trays. They rattle in a little bit.
+6448 says you seem very territorial, especially in the filling station. At Mooking C says it may be my internet.
Ooh. The sun is really just about to break through those clouds. Very bright, very bright.
+6448 says yes. I thought it was Craig chewing the cookie.
You know, there used to be a noise. I don't know why it would be happening now though. Because I'm using the mic. But when I was recording through the phone, there used to be a noise, almost sounded like popcorn. And I think it was just having the microphone so attachment to the suction cup attachment was making some kind of noise. It sounded like I was popping popcorn in the van. Eating the cookie. I am not eating a
He
cookie.
says there is a regular pattern to the noise for me.
Like, is it still happening? Look, I'll turn my music off. I turn the music down. Is it still happening? I wonder if it was the music. Cows are walking around in the mud. It's dirty.
Flag owner 1561 says it sounds like the static on the old records.
Really? I don't know why that would be.
Team C says I still hear it. Check the VOD later. At Hala6448 says maybe it's Craig's elevated heartbeat, after seeing the guest station attendant.
It could be. Could be. Because I don't have anything near the mic. We're not getting any rattling right now. It's weird. Think of anything. You're not up by the phone. Oh, there's a little baby cow over there.
Team C says did you not mention the eye-eating thing?
No, I didn't. I didn't mention the eye-eating thing. I didn't tell her I licked the cookie. I stayed away from some of those topics. Oh, here we go. Now we're in the tunnel of doom. Tunnel of doom. That's really a bummer.
At
though.
Angela.co5b says auction is up.
Wow, so he got out of bed and in the car already. He's quick. He is a quick morning guy. Seems like just moments ago he was in bed. There's Bob has made it back from Restaurant Depot. That's his truck over there. All right. Might see him come out. There he is. There's Bob. Bob's getting some stuff out of the truck. I'll leave it points. Unload the truck. All right, folks. It is.
Angela.co5b says I watch you, John and auction.
Oh, that's very, very good. I like Sean and John are good. They're on for hours. Hours. I noticed Sean has. He's on there for a lot of time. Every day. Every day. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna hit it. I gotta get in the bakery. Get working in there a little bit.
Kim C says thanks for the ride. Have a good Friday, everyone.
Yes, you do the same. Thanks, Mookie.
At Angela.co5b says what did they buy?
It's a lot of I mean, it gets all kinds of stuff from there. Some of the shells and things for the cannolis, I think they buy from there. Some of that stuff. Flour, I think. Eggs. Although we get a lot of eggs from Walmart, believe it or not.
Plus6448 says take care, everyone. Have a good day.
All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be back on 5 o'clock tomorrow, 5:15. Be back on the road. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.